thank you for giving up your time and serving with us at Camp Jam. We would not be able to do this camp without you. In this video, I want to walk you through what to expect when it comes to serving at Camp Jam and help prepare you when it comes to leading kids and talking with them about Jesus. Camp Jam exists so that we can point kids to Christ. While we're at Camp Jam, we want to have fun with kids, but always remember this week is about sharing the gospel. So find all the opportunities you can to share Jesus' name and love with a child. We can have an incredible week at Camp Jam and make it one of the most fun weeks ever, but if we leave without sharing the gospel then we didn't do what we need to do. Fun is important. It's a big deal for this week, but Jesus is the most important thing that we can do. One thing to help with talking with kids about Jesus is ask them questions. Ask them what they've learned during the worship time the day before. Ask them what their favorite Bible story is and why. Ask them why they think it's important to follow Jesus. Ask them open-ended questions so that they have to give detailed responses. Limit the yes and no questions you give kids because you may never really get them thinking about deeper issues with those questions. Challenge them to think about the lesson and then give them a chance to think about their response and your question. Don't be intimidated by gospel conversations. Isaiah 55:10-11 says, "For just as rain and snow fall from heaven and do not return there without saturating the earth and making it germinate and sprout, providing seed to sow and food to eat, so my word that comes from my mouth will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I please and prosper in what I sent it to do." If you're willing to talk about God, His words will do the work. He promises us that. We just have to be willing to talk about His word. So remember that this week. Share the gospel with these kids. Talk about Jesus with your kids. An expectation we ask for all of you is to be all in with your attitude, with your effort, compassion, everything. We're here to point kids to Jesus. We get to see our friends and hang out with our church family too, and that's a great part about Camp Jam, but ultimately we are here to love on these kids and point them to Jesus, and we need everyone to be focused on that goal right there. So now I want to talk to you guys real quick about what to expect from the logistical side of Camp Jams. And so here's some details for how Camp Jam will go this year. You all will be receiving a letter in the mail that contains this information and a couple other bits of information along with the registration packet to fill out. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. If you have any questions regarding Camp Jam, please do not hesitate to reach out to the children's ministry staff. You can find their emails on the church website or on the back of the bulletin along with our cell phone numbers. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help you and prepare you as best as we can. So before our first day of camp, getting ready, we do ask a couple of things from you all. Please pray for this week. Pray for the campers. Pray for workers, for yourself and for your other volunteers. Pray for weather and whatever else it is that God puts on your heart. The most important thing we can do before putting on events like this is that we have to be spiritually prepared. So please pray for this week. Pray for God to do incredible things, and we will see God do incredible things. Another thing is that we need you guys to fill out a registration form and have a background check done for everyone who's serving. All this takes is your driver's license in just a couple minutes. You're not paying anything. We just need this information. And at the top, if you can, just write adult or student volunteer so that we know who you are. And if you're a student who does not have a driver's license yet, well, this does not apply to you, so don't worry about that as much. But we do still need the registration form from you. We'll also have a t-shirt for you at no cost. Just thank you for serving, and we'll get you a t-shirt. The packet that you'll be getting in the mail will also have this information. We'll give you stuff such as what appropriate attire to wear and things along that nature. So please look at that packet and please learn what it is you cannot wear and all that other good stuff. So on the first morning of camp, campers will start arriving anywhere between 7:15 and 7:45. So we ask that you arrive a few minutes early for that so that way you can get ready and prepared and be in your spot. We need to pass out campers t-shirts. That's going to be in your leader's box. It's going to have plenty of other things that we'll talk about a little bit later, but campers are probably going to want to change into their t-shirts then. So please, if you can, just help get those extra shirts back to their parents so we're not having to keep up with that. And then any camper that has an incomplete form or medical issues will need to be directed to the preschool hall to get assistance there. So each and every morning, breakfast is going to be provided in the cafe. Campers, like I said, will be getting here at early as 7:15, and so we need you guys here before 7:15 so that we can be ready to welcome campers and get them excited for what's going to be happening that day. Each team, like I said, you're going to be provided with a box that's going to have name tags, lunch counts, wet wipes, Band-Aids, hand sanitizer, a whole bunch of stuff that you will need for this week, and we will have that ready for you when you get there. It is a good idea to bring a backpack to keep all this stuff in because you won't be taking this box. This box will stay at the church. Please wait. They'll have a lot of campers that want to put on sunscreen or bug spray, and please wait till we get to the camp before we start spraying all this stuff on, or have their parents do it before they drop them off. But we do not need this stuff being sprayed inside the gym. Your team is going to have a designated spot in the gym after your kid gets signed in and they eat. Please gather all of your group and keep them in y'all's designated spot. Do not let the kids run around the gym. We need them in their spot. There will be plenty of time to have running around and fun and all that stuff, but for when we're in the gym, please keep them in their spot. Make sure everyone in your group is wearing their name tag. Encourage your kids to use the bathroom before we get on the bus. And your team flags, make sure you have your team flags with you all day, every day. You want to rep your team as much as you can. One leader from your group will also be required to wear a lanyard with your camper list on it. And please don't share this information with anyone else. It's going to have information such as allergies and all this other stuff that we don't need to be sharing. This is for your eyes only as the leaders for your kids. So when we get to camp, whenever we get off the bus, lead your group to the benches that are in front of the lodge. This is where we'll begin our day to get ready for all the fun activities that are going to be coming. Each team is going to have a family farm leader, and this person is going to be in charge of your group while you're at the camp. So please follow their lead, follow their instructions. They know their equipment, they know their camp, and so trust them and let them lead the group, and you help them in any way that you can, and just love on the kids that are in your group. Know where your campers are at all time. We have got to make sure that we keep track of our kids. And if you come to a point where you can't find a camper, please notify an ISBC staff member immediately. Do not wait. Contact someone as soon as you can. Also, never be alone with a camper. We need to protect ourselves and protect our kids. Don't be alone with the camper. If you need someone to go with you, please grab another adult, another leader. We'd be more than happy to come with you and help you with whatever it is that you need. We ask that volunteers use the bathroom on the exterior of their lodge, and in case of any injury or emergency, we will have a nurse in the lodge. Do not hesitate to reach out to them. That is why they are there, just helping those situations. So they will be in the lodge at all times. Lead by example for your kids while we're there. We want to model Jesus to our kids, and you are a direct reflection of someone who loves Jesus to these kids. And so show them what it looks like to love Jesus. Show them what it looks like to follow Jesus. So now, disciplining issues. I hope that we don't have any issues, but sometimes with dealing with kids, they can get a little out of hand. And if there are any discipline issues, please bring that to the lodge to either myself, Jacob, or Leanne, or someone else that is on staff. We want to be the ones to handle that. You guys should not be in charge of handling discipline. You guys are there to have fun and love on kids. If there's issues, let us handle it. And remember too that we're here dealing with kids. Sometimes they can get a little overexcited. They can get riled up at all the stuff that's going on. So we don't want to police the kids and squash all their fun or anything like that. But just use your best discretion when it comes to letting kids do certain things, whatever. If there's a kid obviously trying to do something that's going to get them hurt, don't let them do that. Follow your family farms leader's example on what's acceptable and unacceptable behavior. They know they've been trained on what the camp allows and doesn't allow. And if there ever does come a time where a kid's acting up too much, where you guys are having trouble controlling them, or there's something happened that you feel like a kid is in danger of getting hurt or anything like that, then find an ISBC staff member and notify us as quickly as possible. Another thing while we're at camp is to have fun with your group. This is one of the most important things. Enjoy this week with them. Join in with them in all the games. Nothing takes the fun out of anything when your leader is over there just standing on the side, not doing anything. Hop in there with them. Enjoy it with them. This is going to be a great week that they're going to remember for a long time. And you want to be a part of that memory as the great leader who pointed them to Jesus and had fun with them the whole time. And then at the end of the day, whenever all the rotation is done, we come back to the buses to go to the lodge, and then we're going to dismiss to the buses. So when the rotations are over, come back to the front of the lodge where we started that day, and then we'll dismiss the buses. When we get back to the church, bring all your campers directly into the gym. Do not let parents check their kids out before they get into the gym. They cannot be checked out from the bus or from the parking lot. They need to be in the gym. You guys will have a sign-up sheet for each day, and parents have to check out their kids each day. This is so we can keep kids safe and so we can keep the church and you guys safe. So please make sure that parents are checking out their kids, and we're going to do everything we can as a staff to make sure that that happens. Once all your campers have been checked out, you guys are free to go for the day and then to rest up for the next day that's surely going to be just as tiring as the day you had just had. Some last little bit of general information. So for safety and liability reasons, we guys need you to follow these transportation rules. Adults who choose to drive to camp, you can only take your children in your vehicle. Just your children. Don't take anyone else's children. And then no youth are permitted to drive to and from the camp. We need you, even if you're able to drive, we need you to ride the buses with your campers. We want to encourage everyone to ride with the campers. One, this helps the bus driver from getting distracted from a whole bunch of kids on their bus acting crazy. And it just gives you more time with your kids to love on them and show them Jesus. And so whenever you do get on the bus riding with your campers, make sure to space yourself out. Don't all go sit in the front, but space yourself out among the bus so that way you can do the best job you can in helping prevent those distractions and just meet as many kids as you possibly can. Another thing is cell phones. I know we all have them, but please only use these for emergencies or for taking pictures. We don't want to spend the whole week, Snapchatting or whatever it is that you guys do. We don't want to waste time doing that. We want to hear and give these kids as much attention as we can. And then if you do get any great pictures, please email those to Sean at the church. His email is smurphy@isbcbryant.org. You'll see that in your packet. But we want to use those pictures in the slideshow. I know some of you guys will get great pictures, so please share those with us. And then again, going back to discipline issues, please come and find us. Find an ISBC staff member if that is happening. You are here to love on kids. Let us handle those issues that pop up in regards to disciplining. And so now for youth night, every year at Camp Jam, the Monday night before Camp Jam starts, we have a youth night. And that's the same this year. That's going to be June 3rd, and we're going to meet at the gym at 5:15, and then we're going to head down to camp for a few hours. It's going to be fun, devotional, have some pizza and soda, and we'll get back to the church at 8:30. So that is still happening. We need you. If you are a youth and you want to take part in that, we need you to RSVP by May 31st. That is the Friday before camp. So please text your name and RSVP to Emily Lewis at 870-818-6833, and she will be sure to get you on the list. And so last thing is looking at our theme for camp this year, because if you're going to be a part of our camp, you need to know what the theme is. And our big tagline is "Follow Me," talking about following Jesus. And our theme verse for this year is John 8:12. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. We want kids to know why they would want to follow Jesus and what it looks like to follow Jesus. And we want you to partner with us in not only having a fun time at this camp, but in teaching these kids why choosing to follow Jesus is the most important and greatest decision that they could ever make in their lives. Thank you all again for your willingness to help us this year at Camp Jam. This camp could not happen without you. And please continue to pray for this upcoming week and just prepare yourself spiritually for all the incredible things that God is going to do at this camp with these kids. If you have any questions, please contact us. Don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help you. Thank you.